Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Blake Damon here, and today we're going to go through some Overwatch 2 news. A director's take has just been released titled Retrospective from BlizzCon 2023. There's a heap to go through, so I'll just summarize the paragraphs. The first paragraph talks about introducing the new hero Morga and want to address misunderstandings from announcements they made during the event. But that if you want Morga related details, you can skip ahead to paragraph 3. But since the very next paragraph literally starts with the words, "Let's start with Clash," I'm not skipping past it. So let's start with Clash. Apparently a new game mode is coming out named Clash. Clash is a 5 CP game mode where the middle checkpoint has to be captured and the checkpoint moves up and down the line depending on who wins the checkpoints. I hope that made sense. And it comes with a map named Hanaoka. I hear that Hanaoka is actually a rework of Hanamura, which was an old 2 CP map back in the day. I kind of miss that map. Anyway, Aaron talks about match length of the new Clash mode and how they're trying to avoid really long matches. They're experimenting with a scoring system and an alternative where the match concludes after a set time. Their goal is to encourage movement across the map while imposing a clear time limit. I'm personally looking forward to this new game mode. New game modes always keep the game fresh and interesting. Now, let's talk Morga. Aaron is happy that everyone is loving Morga's art and personality and gameplay kit, but acknowledges feedback about how weak he feels after the Morga trial weekend. Apparently, stats indicate underperformance, particularly in the higher skill tiers. So the team is planning some tuning changes for Morga at the start of Season 8 to improve his survivability, damage against smaller targets, and reduce damage output against larger characters. Some of the things they're planning are replacing a chunk of his health with armor. They're currently testing 150 armor internally. Reducing the size of his head's hitbox. Increasing the damage reduction on overrun. It was 30% during the trial, but they're testing 50%. And they're removing interruption by hack, which keeps in line with how the ability can't be CC'd. They're increasing the lifesteal on Cardiac Overdrive. I think this is a good idea because when I was trying him out, I didn't really feel like it was doing anything. They're also testing different spreads and firing rates when both guns are being used at the same time, as well as different damage, ammo, and fall-off numbers. Apparently, this is the first time they ever released a hero as a trial. The trial was a success because they got some good feedback from the players, got some useful data on the hero, and are now able to make changes in advance of release. We don't want another Life Weeper debacle. So because of this, trials might be the new template for future releases for new heroes and also for other to-be-released content. The next paragraph is about the vision for the future of Overwatch that they talked about at BlizzCon. Overwatch 2 is intense and competitive, and Blizzard's goal is not only to provide more of this experience, but to also enhance it, which is why they're going to change up the competitive system in Season 9. And additional updates like wider grouping restrictions are planned for future seasons. In the next paragraph, Aaron talks about their ongoing efforts to improve the Overwatch experience. Apparently, their changes to reduce the number of players leaving or sabotaging matches resulted in a nearly 20% decrease in leaver rates in quick play since the start of Season 7. The team is still trying to fix issues with backfilling matches that only have a few seconds left. There are continuous improvements being made to the matchmaker, anti-toxicity measures, and anti-cheat efforts. The end of the paragraph ends with a teaser about upcoming experiments and asks a very interesting question. What would happen if spawn times were drastically reduced? And we might be able to answer that question at the start of Season 8, so that's definitely something to look forward to. The next paragraph talks about how major announcements at BlizzCon focused on the base game, but Aaron assures us that the team is also actively developing fun and novel modes and events. Some examples include the Hero Mastery Gauntlet and a K-pop event, which I found honestly very interesting, and I actually really like the song for some reason. There are more things in the works, things to do with PvP, PvE, and other things that are harder to box, which are supposed to be surprises for players in the future. So yes, there are things to look forward to that haven't been mentioned yet. The final paragraph talks about how personal stories shared by the players and positive experiences at BlizzCon, such as relationships being formed through the game. There was a mother who traveled to the convention for her son, and there was even an engagement at the convention. These were able to provide valuable perspective and left the Overwatch team recharged and motivated to continue their work. Aaron says that they are grateful to the community and hope that the team's energy and passion for the game serve as a sufficient thank you. And that's the end of the article. If you'd like to go through it yourself, I'll leave a link to that in the description. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, and subscribe if you haven't already.